Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
Excellent, Michelle. How are you? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. Lindsay, do you drop things a lot?
I do, Michelle. I'm constantly dropping my phone. It's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank goodness. That's why I always buy a case for it because I don't know how it doesn't break, but it's always flying out of my hands.
Yes,
What
my
about you?
phone is not in good shape. The camera glass is
Oh no.
falling. Yes, I need to get a new one.
Do you spill
Yeah.
things a lot? Do you tend to
Do I spill
spill
things?
things in addition to dropping
My
things?
children do.
Okay, yeah.
I have a joke with some of my friends that I feel I it seems that most days there's a spill in my house. So
Yeah.
for a while, I would take a picture and say, "Oh, here's the milk spill of the day," and just send it to my friends. I mean, my yes, there's a lot of dropping things. It's not always because of me, but I would say my son, he's a big dropper.
That's cute. That makes sense. That makes sense. So spilling things, these are aspects of being human, Michelle. Very, very human.
Yes, exactly. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we get into that, guys, if you haven't heard yet, we are doing something really fun. We've been doing this for a while now on Spotify. We have polls to interact with our listeners. So we give you a question and we want to hear the answer. If you're listening on Spotify, you can actually interact with us through these polls. And then we read the results on air. So we are going to share from a while back. We did episode 2195. That was 6 phrasal verbs to describe your dating life in English. And the poll we did was, how long does it take to move on from a relationship? So,
Yeah.
Lindsay, do you want to read the results?
For sure, we got a good spread here, Michelle. Different results.
Yes.
Of course, it does depend on what kind of relationship are we talking about, right? But this was just an open question for you guys. So 22% of you said 1 week, 40% of you said 1 to 3 months, 14% of you said over 6 months, and 25% said over 1 year. So,
Hmm.
Michelle, I think it just comes down to what kind of relationship was this? Was this like a marriage,
Yeah.
a multi-year marriage, or was this just like a few months of dating, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Although a few months of dating, that can hurt too. You never
Of
it
course.
it all depends on how you felt and if you
Oh,
thought there
yeah.
was a future, right? So it
That's a
can
good
take
point.
it can take a while to get over it. Maybe one person it takes longer than the other person.
Yeah, it's no, oh my gosh, when I was even in my 30s and 20s, like I definitely had some periods that it took me longer than maybe I felt like it should have to get
Yeah.
over a breakup, right? A shorter
Yeah.
relationship, but it just hit me hard at that moment in life, right? So, guys, go back and check out that episode. And we love talking about dating. That's always a fun topic, Michelle.
It is.
Yeah.
And then you always have the songs that come up that
Oh,
remind you
yeah.
and you
I
hear a
mean,
song.
yeah. I mean, that's like isn't all of Taylor Swift's entire repertoire of bank of songs all about breaking breakups? Like, that's her main
Pretty
topic, I
much,
guess?
yes. Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So thanks for sharing those your results, your opinions with us. So
Yes.
all right. And also a reminder to get our All Ears English app. Go to allearsenglish.com/app.
Yeah, go over, get the app, guys. You will see live transcripts right there inside the episodes, human created with crosstalk, right? And you will be able to tap on keywords that we've selected for you to add to your personal power list. You can't get that opportunity anywhere else. Michelle,
That's
let's
right.
get into this topic of just being human today, dropping things, spilling things, and how to
Yes.
say it in English. I'm super
Yes.
excited for today's
I'm
topic.
excited. So we came up with this idea on the Oopsie Daisy episode. Do
Oh,
you remember that?
yeah, of
Lindsay, that
course.
was that was episode 2207. Make your English bloom with this flowery vocabulary. And we were talking about Notting Hill. So that's where this episode was inspired from. So go and listen to that. But
Yeah.
this episode is about short words that show frustration, often about dropping something, making a quick mistake,
Yeah.
and we last episode I'll shout out. We did a similar idea on episode 2211. That was ouch, how to respond to physical or emotional pain in English. So
Wow. Yes. Yeah.
lots
We
of
really,
lots of stuff.
Yeah, I think connection, not perfection. That's what we believe in here. And I think a big part of connection is finding English that lets you live life in English, not
Yeah.
just making English an academic
Yes.
endeavor in the classroom, right? That's the old
Yeah.
way. That's the wrong way. The right way is through the connection method, which is our method focusing on living in English. And that in that case, we need these little words to express moments of feeling different things. That's what we get today.
Right. And guess what? Sometimes these are about talking to yourself. Sometimes you're not
Yes.
saying this to anybody. So, but
Right.
maybe there's something that you use from your first language that you say all the time. See if you can switch it over because even talking to yourself in English is going to help.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember learning other languages like Spanish, like Japanese, living in these places and hearing these types of words and
Mhm.
thinking, oh, it just sounds so cool. It just sounds so cool. These are words I
Right.
hear all the time. It would be so cool if I could start to naturally develop these tiny little words and add them in. I would be so natural in the language. Right.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely the next step of just to
yeah.
if you get even these little moments, they're kinda key. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, then
Let's
we
do
have
it.
left our listeners in the dark too long. What
Yes.
are these words, Michelle? Let's get into it.
Alright. Well, I think the main one is just, ugh. We usually
Uh,
spell it
ugh.
UGH, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You make that sound in your throat.
Ugh.
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 Right. And so it's interesting because when you look at the spelling of this, it looks like it should be ugh,
Yeah.
ugh, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how might that sound, Lindsay?
Ugh. You say this, you could say, ugh, there go the apples. What's the context there? There go the
You have
apples.
they've fallen out of your cart.
Oh,
We're
yes.
dropping them.
Oh, of course, of
You've dropped some
course.
apples.
Right,
You ever
and
drop
then
something in the grocery store and it's, like,
oh, yeah.
rolling down the aisle, or
Oh, yeah.
avocado is another
Oh,
one
for
where it's
sure.
in the pile and then
Yeah.
you're, "Ugh."
Oh, for sure, and there's definitely this kind of has a connotation of you're annoyed,
Yeah.
right? It's definitely negative, right? You're annoyed, you are bothered by this, kind of a sense of like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
bit of a hopeless feeling that you convey through this, ugh, don't you think? What's the
Yeah.
connotation behind ugh?
Yeah, you're a little annoyed, you're frustrated, you might have to pick up all the apples.
Right, and
You have to
yeah.
deal with it, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it gives you a sense of piling something on top of something
Mm,
else. Like
mm,
let's
mm.
say earlier in the day you had a bad day at work at the office. And let's say you lost a client or something. And then you go to the
Yeah.
grocery store and now the apples are dropping. It's like, ugh. It's
Yeah.
like you're already resigned, like you're already tired. There's something there. Do you know what I
Yes,
mean?
right, and
Yeah.
that makes me think of the expression, "When it rains, it pours."
Right, right.
Yeah,
Sure.
which can be a
Mhm.
bonus for today, guys,
Love
in
it.
the app.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like one thing bad happens, then something else happens. Yeah, you had a
Yeah.
bad day at work, and now you dropped all the apples at the
Yeah.
grocery store. He's like,
I'd say
"Ugh."
exactly. I'd say don't use it too much. I get at home in my private life, I use this a lot, and my partner gets annoyed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it does have kind of a negative I don't know, it just sort of if you use it too much, it starts to feel very negative, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, mix it
I have
up.
a question. Do you text this word?
Yes, yes, I think I
Yes.
did that yesterday. Yes.
This is this is a
Do you?
textable
Do you
yes, this
think?
is a
Yeah.
textable word, but it's not for it's interesting. I think it's a little bit different over text. I think
Why?
it's
You
used
spell it
I don't
differently or
it's not used no, I think it's more used for I mean, because it's not about dropping something, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
about
sure.
something irritating that happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y yeah.
I have to go to the get
Oh,
my
yeah.
new driver's license later.
Irritation. Yeah, I think it goes beyond dropping things, right? Physically, yeah, maybe
Yes.
when you drop things, but it could be anything that you're bothered by, annoyed by, inconvenienced by that you don't like.
Yeah.
More for smaller things though, right? If there's like a huge bad thing that's happened, I don't think you're
Yeah,
going to use
you say,
ugh,
"Ugh." Yeah, no,
right?
this is like a
Like
little
ugh,
annoyance that's
right.
just, ugh.
Right,
Right.
right. It's not gonna like someone got in a car accident. You wouldn't say, "Oh, that person got in a car." No.
No, 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 no,
No,
no,
no, no,
that's
no, no, no. Just little things, okay, guys?
good
Good.
good
Okay.
point.
Yes.
Alright, what's the next one? This is
All
fun.
right. This is fun. Oh, geez. Right? Oh, geez. For example, oh, geez, I dropped my jacket. Right? You do this a lot, Michelle?
Yes, just the other day, I thought it was gone, and luckily, it was just hidden under the stroller, but yeah. So, "Oh,
Okay.
geez. Oh, geez."
Yeah, yeah, good. Very common, okay? And
Mhm.
that is spelled Jeez, but
Mhm.
you might text that, sure, also.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
more on the verbal side, I suppose. Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the next one is, I would spell this "geez" with a G.
Oh,
I don't know,
interesting.
though.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know.
usually text. I don't not something I
So
text
this
very much, this one in
Yeah.
particular. Yeah.
This is a funny one. This is if you're in a funny mood. You might say, "Geez Louise."
Yeah. I definitely say this sometimes. It's
You do?
silly. Yeah, it's silly, right? Like, "Oh, geez Louise, I'm so clumsy today." Maybe you just dropped all your books
Right.
or I remember in high school, one of my friends, she went to, get her car in the parking lot. She had a pile of books. She put them on the top of her car and then drove off with the books on top
Mhm.
of her car. Things like that, you
Oh.
know? Yeah.
Or if you're do you ever, look for your cell phone while you're on
Oh,
the
yeah.
phone? Yeah.
Oh,
You
yes.
you might and then you realize it and you might say, "Oh, geez Louise, Lindsay," right?
Oh, for sure, for sure. So you could say it to yourself is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay. Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm. What
What's the
else?
next one?
Okay. Next one is "ah," right? "Ah" or "ack." Now this "ack," I don't use the "ack," but I
Ack.
guess I might use the "ah." These are just kind of just,
Ah.
utterances,
So,
sort of
"Ah!"
verbal utterances. Yeah. "Ah," right? So two options, AH, exclamation point, or
Yeah.
ACK, right? So do you wanna do the sample sentence, Michelle? I think you might
Uh,
use the "ack" more. I don't know.
well, you
Do
know what? Now that you say that, I ack might be more for written. Ack might be
Okay.
in a text or something, but I don't know if I say ack.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
I do. I don't know. You can maybe
We'll have
I
to put a
do.
microphone on you and mic you
Yeah,
up.
really, mic me up. That would be fun. But you definitely would say, "Ah, can you pick that up for me?"
Right, right. Okay. So again, we'll go back to the grocery store scenario, right? We've dropped an
Mhm.
orange or something.
It's
So
always the
these
round things that are the problem.
the round things that roll, the things that tend to roll. That's right. That's funny. I love it. Okay, Michelle, but that's not all, right? There are a
That's
few
not
more.
all. I threw out a bunch today because these are
Yeah,
short. So the
fun.
first one so the next one is, "Oh, no!" Right? Simple.
Yeah. Yes. And I like this one because this can actually be a nice way to respond when someone shares something negative that happened to them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? So this one's a little bit unique. So yeah, I
Mhm.
can say, "Oh no, did that get on your clothes?" Let's say you say that to your kid, they spilled their ice cream. But also when your friend comes to you and says something like, um, "I lost my purse," you could say, "Oh no,
Yeah.
do you know
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
last saw it?" Right?
Yeah.
So it's double useful. Doubly
That's a
useful. Yeah.
yeah, double useful.
Double useful.
So right, exactly. And, "Oh, no," it's this one is very, very common. "Oh, no. Oh,
Yes.
no."
Yes. It's a way of empathizing. So I think it kinda goes beyond just physical mistakes or things rolling on the grocery store floor, right? Yes.
Yep. Yep,
Yep.
exactly. And then 2 more. Whoops or oops, you could use either one. But you could say,
Mhm.
"Whoops, can you grab that?"
Yeah, we love these. Or, "Oops, can you grab that for me?" Right? We love these. Super
Mhm.
common. They're everywhere, guys. Make sure you're using these. This is gonna make your English super natural. And the next one is very specific to, I think, a certain kind of personality.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear. I would never say this, because for me it feels a little older, but I
Mhm.
think it's very cute at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you say it, Michelle? And
I
no
think I
shame if you
do
do.
say I no, I think I do say it, but I think I might say, like, "Oh, dear." I don't know, in a cute way, trying to be cute, maybe. I don't know that I use it as frequently, or I
Yeah.
might just "Oh, you know what my dad has been saying lately?"
What's that?
I don't know why. I love my dad, but he goes, "Oh, my."
That's a
All the
good one
time.
too. Yeah, that's a
"Oh,
bonus for
my."
today. Oh my. Yeah, both of these, at least in my opinion, "oh dear" and "oh my" are both sound a little older, like they could be coming from someone of an older generation. So we pick and choose what we want to say, what fits our
Mhm.
personalities, right,
Mhm.
Michelle? Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right, exactly. You can have
Yeah.
fun with this, whatever feels natural to you. There's no right or wrong answer really.
Yes.
But these little words are important, right?
Yes.
A lot of times we focus on the more academic words or just we think, oh, more is better. But sometimes it's these utterances, these teeny tiny words that say so much. They can express frustration, embarrassment, empathy. It shows we're vulnerable. So many different things with these teeny tiny words.
Oh my god, there's so much you can do here. I mean, you guys could go over check out the IELTS Energy podcast too, but I have a feeling in the speaking exam, if you drop your pencil on the ground while you're in front of the examiner, it would help your score if you said, oh, like something like, "Oh no," or "oops," or something along those
Right.
lines, right?
Right. Yeah.
More than it would saying something in your native language, for example. So,
Yeah.
lots of ways this can help us. Michelle, should we jump into a role play here?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So we're going to use almost all of them, not quite every single one, but here we are. We are in the grocery store and we're carrying, well, I guess we're leaving the
Okay.
grocery store and we're carrying
Uh-oh.
bags.
Uh-oh, are the bags gonna break? Okay, here we go,
Oh,
here we go.
that's another one you could say. Yeah.
Uh-oh, right, uh-oh, how did we miss that
Uh-oh.
one? It's a
I don't
bonus.
know. Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yes.
Here we go. Okay, so we'll make dinner when we get oh, can you pick up that box for me?
Sure. Oh no, I dropped my wallet. Let me grab it.
The eggs.
Jeez Louise, what is wrong with us?
Oh, dear. Okay, I guess we have to get some napkins. Yeah, so we are a disaster here in this scenario, Michelle. Disaster, walking disaster.
Yes.
So we use some of these fun ones here, and this conversation just feels very natural, right?
Yes.
So I said, okay, so we'll make dinner when we get. Oh, can you pick up that box for me? So obviously, I
Mhm.
had just dropped a box, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I am annoyed. I'm resigned. I a sense of just annoyance. I dropped something. Oh,
Yeah, especially if you've just been at the grocery store for a long time and just wanna get out maybe.
yes, yes.
And so then it sounds like I went to try and help you, but my wallet slipped out of my pocket. So I said, "Oh,
Mhm.
no, I dropped my wallet. Let me grab it."
And then I said, "Ugh, the eggs." And here I used ACK, ACK. If you have the
Yeah, but you
transcripts
could have said.
today in the app or by email, you'll see this one is spelled ACK.
Mhm.
The eggs. So maybe I dropped the eggs and some of them cracked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never good. Okay, and then I said,
No.
"Geez Louise, what is wrong with us?" So this is an overall, okay, I too much is happening and now I just had to comment on it. Oh my gosh, we are a mess, right?
Yes, totally. And then I said, "Oh dear," right? So this is kind of a meta comment on the entire scenario. Again, oh dear, we have problems. We have
Yeah,
issues today, right? And this
yeah, yeah,
in line with what you're saying. What is
yeah,
wrong with us?
yeah.
Okay, I like it, Michelle. What is the takeaway for today? This has
Oh my
been
gosh,
a
this was
great
fun.
episode. Yeah, go for it.
Well, these are great. These you can connect with people over them. You can make jokes. You can show you're frustrated. You can show your empathy. You can talk to yourself. Don't
Yeah.
think just because you're alone in the grocery aisle and you drop a bag of avocados that you can't use one of these words. Just try it because it just does. It's kind of the idea of when people want to change their phones to the language they're learning. So if you're putting your phone in
Right.
English, put everything in English, right?
Put everything
Even
in English.
even those little utterances, those little expressions, because it will give you a different feeling, in my opinion.
It'll make you feel closer to the language.
Mhm.
It's a big deal to do this, to switch this over,
Yeah.
right? I like the way you
Yeah.
said that, Michelle. Put everything in English, including the moments like this, the moments when we are
Yeah.
very human. And I bet actually that's going to help you to take more risks when it comes to the higher level academic words, the
Yeah.
complex grammar and sentences, because you're going to feel closer to the language. So this is
Yeah.
actually a strategy, something we can relatively easily do in a low risk way, because most of this we're on our own, talking to
Mhm,
ourselves.
mhm, mhm.
Then that will translate over into more confidence and a sense of, hey, no one's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Oranges are rolling all over the floor. No one's perfect. So I can also not be, I can be imperfect with my language.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, this was fun, Lindsay. This was your idea. Great idea. I very much enjoyed it. And everybody, keep your oranges in the bag, okay? Just to, try and be careful.
All right. Good stuff, Michelle. Talk to you soon. Take
All
care.
right, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.